What's up, guys? Welcome back to Road to 2 Comic Club. Justin here, and I want to start just by saying I'm making an ultimatum for myself. I'm making a deal with you guys right now. If I don't get a video uploaded every single day, if I miss one single day, I'm going to scrap everything that's old, or I will condense them really, really heavily, and I'll just go to the current stuff. So I know for a year I've been like behind, probably more than that, and I know it's probably annoying. I am going to tie in current news though, so you're still getting value even with these old videos, but at the same time, you guys have stuck with me for so long. I think you guys deserve more than that. So I'm making this deal. I'm going to get a video uploaded every single morning, probably like around noon. I'll get one uploaded. I'm going to try to get 2 videos uploaded a day, but if I miss a single day for whatever reason, I'm scrapping everything, and then I will be uploading daily videos from, December, and just forget the old stuff. Okay, so but I still want to talk, but again, I still find some little nuggets that I missed. And so if I do find something, I still want to talk about it, because odds are if I missed it, maybe you missed it too. And so let's just get into it. I'm not even going to read a lot of articles. I'm just going to read headlines. I'll post some screenshots. I'll talk about the trades, because that's really what I want to talk about with today's video. And then in tomorrow's video, I want to talk about this little number that I found reading an article about Sony that really caught my attention, and I think you guys would be really interested to see that number, and that's going to be in tomorrow's video. But today I want to talk about another interesting thing that happened back in July that I did, and I think it could be a lesson for people that are just beginning to trade. You could try it. I mean, this is what I did. I made a decision based on what I saw, and I'll show you what I saw in a little bit, but it actually worked out. So I kind of want to talk about it, even though it's old. I want to talk about it because it could help some beginner investors maybe make some better decisions. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, so don't take this as financial advice. I'm not telling you to do this, but I'm just showing you that it worked for me, and so maybe it'll work for you in the future. But anyways, let's just get into it. I'm just going to show you how the stocks were doing. Okay, well, actually, I should show you the screenshot first. So the prior 3 days, so July 30th, 27th, and then the 26th, those 3 days in a row, the NASDAQ went down over 1% or more for 3 days in a row. Okay, so on July 31st, I was watching CNBC. I saw this screenshot, which I'll post up here. It was one of those Kensho Stats Box. I really like these because I like seeing those statistics and those numbers like that. But they said that when the NASDAQ loses 1% or more for 3 consecutive days, this happened 4 times since 2010. So in the last 8 years, it happened 4 times. Not the hugest, sample size, but still 4 times. All 4 times, the next month, it traded positive. So the NASDAQ 100 finished up an average 8.3%, and the S&P 500 finished up 7.14%. And again, they traded positive 100% of the time. And on the right of the screen there, you can see like what they did. The strategy was they bought after the 3rd drop, and then they sold 1 month after. So I said to myself, maybe I should play those odds. Those are pretty good odds. I know, again, sample size is only 4. It's not a lot of things to make a general pattern on, but still, 4 in a row, I figured, hey, maybe you could do 5 in a row. So what I did was I sold my QQQ puts that I had, and I decided to buy calls on this day. Now, I'm mad because had I known there was a TQQQ, which trades 3 times, is what it does is if the QQQ goes up 1%, it'll go up 3%, or if it goes up $1, it'll go up $3. It just goes 3 times as much. I don't know exactly how it works or why it does that, but anyways, one of my subscribers mentioned it, so shout out to you. I forget who told me about that. It was in the comments though, but I looked it up and I was like, oh, wow, okay. I should have done that in hindsight, but I didn't know about this at the time. But that's why we trade. That's why we talk to people. That's why we communicate. It's always good to learn off of everybody else and teach each other things and learn from each other. That's the best way to really get good at trading, is just by learning and talking to people. But anyways, so that's what I did, and let's just go over some other trades that I did. I'll put on the screen here. There's a lot of trades I did. So I sold a lot of my puts, and the numbers on the right where you see a percentage, those are my profit and loss from those positions that I closed. So let's start from the bottom. The AMD calls that I sold, I made a pretty good profit on that, 38%. In $1,500 profit, but the QQQ puts, those 5 that I sold here that I lost $1,400, that was actually my total loss over 10 puts that I had bought. I sold 5 earlier, a day before, then I sold 5 the next day, so I took a loss on those total. And then those 2 QQQ puts that I sold for $156 loss, that was I think I bought those the day before as well. But then again, when I saw that Kensho Stats Box, that's why I dumped those and decided to buy calls instead, because I was trying to play those odds. And then the SPY puts, again, that was 5 of 10 that I had previously bought. So I fully closed this position and lost 23% on that. So that did not play out too well. Maybe had I held on to it, it would have. I'm not sure, probably, but the market just going crazy. And then you can see all the other stuff I bought. I bought some Apple calls. I bought, I guess, an EA calls, Constellation Brands. That's STZ for those of you who are not familiar. And then Applied Materials up at top is AMAT. So those are the trades that I did on July 31st. A lot of trades. And we'll see how we finished up for the day. It was pretty calm. So you can see the positions here. We lost 500 bucks. You can see all the winners here. If you want to pause it, I'm not going to go through them all. Here's the losers. And then on the next day, or actually, so that day, let me just show you the stocks real quick. It just did this. So it actually went up. So that was pretty cool. Dow finished up 108, NASDAQ up 41. The next day, the Dow also started off good, but then got bad. But the NASDAQ did okay, actually went up, and Apple had a really, really good day. And we'll talk about that after this. But let's just go to the positions. So we had a really much better day this day. This was August 1st. And we made about $5,700. You can see our top gainers there were Apple because of their earnings. So we crushed it on that day with Apple. You can see the percentages up 32% on the January 17th, 2020 call. 55.92% on, I don't know why I split those into two things. I think because maybe, I don't know why I did that. I don't know if I had 4 or 2, but I'll have to double check that. But anyways, those calls did really well. So let's just go to the losers. We had a lot of losers, but they were all small. So really nothing to really be worried about at this point in time. But anyways, okay, so that takes care of that. So now I'm just going to kind of read through these headlines just really quickly. I'm not going to try to summarize too many of them. I'm just going to post links in the description. And in the future, going forward, I might just only talk about 1 article a day or maybe 2 tops. Whatever I don't cover, I'll link in the description. So if you just want to look at some headlines from back in the day, just to see if you refresh your memory on anything, you can just have a look at it. But otherwise, don't worry about it. But anyways, so July 31st, this one headline, the stock market just experienced the most seismic shift from growth to value since Lehman Brothers. This was when a lot of people were moving their money out of growth stocks into value stocks, and so a lot of tech stocks were getting sold off. Me personally, I don't think that's the best idea. I mean, of course, value stocks are good. They have value. That's why they're called value stocks. But if you really want to grow and you want to take some more risks and really grow your portfolio, me personally, I like to invest in growth stocks just because it's more exciting for me anyways. Yes, stocks, S&P 500, those higher mid trade optimism. Yeah, I'll just link to all that. Now, the really big thing was Apple earnings beat expectations, selling higher priced iPhones. The average selling price went up because their iPhone prices went up. So you guys already know this, so I'll just link to the description. But this interesting tidbit I saw, even the other products division, which is watches, iPads, or iPods, home products, AirPods, etc., grew 37% from the year-ago quarter. That's huge. And it was still 5.3% less than the previous quarter, but still, it grew a lot. Probably mainly due to the HomePod, I think. I don't know if the HomePod really sold very well. Anyways, comment below if you have a HomePod. I know my sister has one. She really likes it, but I do not have one. I'm just haven't decided to shell out the money for that yet. Anyways, the division revenue tumbled about 20% between the first and second quarters, but this time last year, it dropped 4.8% between quarters. So, yeah, it did a little bit worse, but Tim Cook said that the wearables division of other products, the Apple Watch is in the other products division, but he said it experienced outstanding 60% growth year over year, and I think that is where their biggest potential is wearables, and especially their Apple Watch. I mean, the reviews for the Apple Watch 4 have just been awesome. I really, really want one, but I'm just I don't have the money right now for it, but I do want to get one because I think it'd be nice to have. Anyways, AMD stock pulled back sharply after a large shareholder disclosed $427 million of shares they sold. So I'll link to that. That was not good. Okay, in August 1st, I'll just link to a bunch of stuff. Let's see, Apple's stock next milestone is $250 as the company makes a crucial transition. This article kind of talked about as Apple introduces more services and entertainment for the home and the cars, it has a potential to transform from an operating system for just the phone, to an operating system of life. So that's what this article kind of talks about. And it says, in Apple's tradition of skimming profits from the top by catering to the affluent, Apple is likely to generate more profits from new services compared to competitors. And that could be true. I mean, comment below if you guys have a subscription to Apple Music or anything like that. I do have an Apple TV, which is an old one. I haven't got their 4K one yet. I do want to get it, but again, not a lot of money to spend right now. It's, holiday season, Christmas gifts. I can't be splurging everything. But anyways, this other one was an opinion. Amazon investors forget the headlines and focus on this one thing. I'll link to that. Hold on, let me read what it says, what I wrote here. In growth companies such as Amazon, it is common for the stock price to run ahead of the fundamentals, which is obvious, as we've seen this many times. But when the stock becomes popular and everyone who wants to own it already owns it, the driving factors becomes sentiment and momentum. This is the reason that at this time investors' focus should be on momentum. Sentiment drives momentum. Consider avoiding the mistake of thinking Amazon stock is the same as the company's fundamentals. I thought that was interesting. It's kind of separating the stock and the fundamentals, saying they're two different things. Don't try to tie them together, and it might make you think that it's overvalued when it might not be. Again, a lot of people might disagree with that, but I mean, it has proven to trade at really high multiples, and it still goes up. So, I mean, it is what it is. So, anyways, the Tesla had reported results for the, I think, second quarter right after the day on August 1st, and it's nothing important. Their stock kind of stayed relatively flat. It went up a little bit. But anyways, this headline was kind of funny. Amazon Jeff Bezos would need to spend $28 million a day to avoid getting richer. I thought that was, man, can you imagine having that problem? I can't even spend enough money. I just can't help but get richer. That's just ridiculous. Anyways, last but not least, Kroger is launching grocery delivery service at this point in time. I've tried to look at how they've been doing since then. I think it's kind of picking up, but they have been getting more competition. For example, Aldi is starting to launch their own delivery service as of like last month. And so it's getting really competitive, and Kroger is really fighting hard, but it's going to be tough. And I think Amazon is still in a really good position just because of how much money they have. In terms of grocery delivery, I think Amazon is the best position to execute well on that because they have so much infrastructure and logistics already in place. I still think Amazon could be the winner for that. Now, I think that is it. So we'll just leave it at that. I hope this video wasn't too long, but I hope you liked the video. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. In terms of current news, hope the cannabis stocks have been doing well. More and more countries and cities have been talking about legalization. I just read that New York has mentioned possibly legalizing it. So that could be really huge. That's a heavily populated state. And so if that happens, lots of good stuff could be happening with the stocks for that. And the Farm Bill is going to most likely be passed at the end of this year. I haven't really looked into it too much, but I think it's basically legalizing growing of hemp. And so hemp and HMPQ have been going up a lot lately. So just give those a look at if you haven't looked at them, just looked into them. Just look at them. I think it might be interesting. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, again, hit that like button, subscribe, and all that. And yeah, videos every day. So we'll see you in the next one. Hey guys, thanks again for checking out this video. If you want another way to support the channel, please check out that Patreon link up there at the top. You get access to my private Discord server where we chat about different companies we're looking at investing in. I also post my current trades in real time as well as news headlines with little mini summaries. And you can also get discounts on any merchandise that we sell, like a shirt like this, for example. And if you want to just subscribe to the channel, I would appreciate that as well. You can just click that black logo there at the bottom. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.